Hi everyone and welcome to our specialty class today. Today we're still using the textured timber and how can we mix and match this and what can we use it for? It's an interesting one. We did one over on Crafty Monday today and we did a background with this one. And we used a few other stamp sets in with it. And then I've just, while I was waiting, made Feel Better Soon one, which is really lovely as well. So it just depends how you want to bring that in. So I use the round one for a bit of a background, but you could just use the one by itself and then bring something out of that. I might do something like that in the technique class, who knows? So without further ado, let's come down to the craft room. I'm actually going to mix and match it with the country flowers. So let's see how we go with this one. Okay, if you come on, say hello, and I've got my camera down now, so I won't be seeing who comes on, but if you do come on, say hello, and yeah, I'd love to see who's on here. So I'm coming out this time, I'm sort of thinking more like doing a fence or a gate and adding something to that. When you look at your stamps, you sort of got to look at roughly what you see. And sometimes that can be quite awkward, knowing what you really do see. Oh, I needed my big block. Okay, let's hope this one works. Okay, so I'm going to come in with crumb cake on crumb cake. I love colour on colour. Who loves working with colour on colour? Tell me in the comments. Or have you worked with colour on colour? Colour on colour is great because you're working with the same colour ink as the same colour paper. I'm going to turn that around and I'm going to put that over the top of that. And hopefully you will see the wood grain coming up on that, which is really lovely. I'll hold it up in a minute. Okay, so do this one as well. I feel a bit awkward because my long block, I'm not sure where it is. Should be here, but it's not, sitting on my table. That's okay. So you can sort of see the wood grain in that and it looks really lovely. It's a lovely one for that. So I'm going to come down with my piece that's going on the front and I'm sort of looking to see whether that's going to fit, but we will hope it will. Okay, so you could do these on strips of paper if you wanted to, but I'm going to try really hard to bring it on here and I'll trim it off if I need to. Okay, so one. We'll see how we go. Okay, we're going to leave a gap. 2. Not too bad. And the last one, we're going to leave a gap. Pretty okay. So I'm sort of looking at that and then going to sort of come in with this. So yeah, and this on here. So that works pretty good. I'm happy with that. So let's put this down onto our front of our card and we'll work on the front of our card for this one. So sometimes you just got to work out where you want to place things and what the outcome and what it looks like for you, the outcome. Visualization is really great for that. If you can visualize in your mind or do a little sketch yourself on what you're looking for, sometimes can really help. Design your cards if you want to design your own. Okay, so I'm going to come in with this right up to the fold line, right up to the top. Make sure that that's nice and even. The same with the bottom piece, right to the bottom, up to the fold line, and across. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is grab another piece of crumb cake paper. Do I have a piece out here? I thought I did. No? Okay, that's okay. I can grab another piece. So I'm going to grab some crumb cake. And it's interesting working on colour, as I was saying. So instead of coming in with white on this one, I'm coming in with all crumb cake. So I'm going to just cut some of this off, just so I can stamp on it. Normally I've got heaps and heaps of scraps, but not today. Okay, so we're going to come in with that mixed stamp set. And I'm sort of thinking I'm going to come in with just the bucket type thing. So I'm going to come in with that. So let's do that. We're going to come in with the crumb cake. So we're keeping our one colour at the moment. So I'm going to come down with this. And then I'm going to work out what I want with this, whether I want flowers or the leaves. And I think I'll just go the leaves. I'm just looking for my sponge. Chamois, it's under there to clean this. So I'm thinking I might just go with the leaves for the moment. Okay, so let's go with these. You can see that I use these on, and I had a little bit of trouble getting it off, but I haven't got around to, it doesn't affect the stamp at all. So, okay. So I'm sort of thinking this up here. Clean my stamp. Pop it away. Okay, so I'm going to have these two items on here as well. And I'm going to come in with some greens in that, but I'm going to just trim this off because I'm going to use also the dies. So let's colour this in, and I'm going to go with colour on colour again. So I think I've got crumb cake down here. Yep, and that's crumb cake dark, so I might go with the dark one. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one, and I'm just going to colour in around here and the bottom of the bucket. So how's your day been? Tell me if you've been busy. Have you done any gardening today? What's been your focus today? I did lots this morning. I did the exercising. Done lots of things happening this morning. Hence my hair not having blow waved it yet. It's I washed it after exercise and that was it. Okay, so you can just come in and do this how you want to do this part. I'm going to get the colour lifter and blend it back a little bit. Who loves using the colour lifter? I think this is the one I'm using at the moment. Yep, just fill it on your hand because if it's wet, you will know that it's going to work. Now, I'm just going to come in. It's going to look like it's wet, but it is going to dry. Okay, so it will just blend that all in when it dries down a little bit. So I'm just going to come back and do the top bit now. And come in and add some bits around here. And once again, come in with that colour lifter and blend it through. Like I said, it looks wet, but it will dry, and you'll get that nice blend. So you might need to come over it a couple of times, but we'll leave that dry. That's the bucket. We'll just bring that over here for a minute, just trim it off, because that's going to go through the cutter. Now we're going to add some green on this. We're going to add some green to add a little, just that tinge of colour on there. So we're going to come in with, and sometimes it's really funny because when you use the colour, it looks the same. So we're going to come in very lightly with this one first. This is the lemon lime twist, and then I'm going to come in with another one as well. So we're going to come in and two-tone it. Okay, so, and around here. And this big one over here. Who's got this stamp set? This is called the Country Flowers, and it's I've used this one a lot too. It's been one of my go-to stamp sets. It's really lovely when you've got a go-to stamp set that you can use and love. I actually love all mine, but I mean there is some that you just love more. You just have that, oh, I love that one so much. Who's got a special love for a stamp set? Because it does happen. Okay, so I'll come in with the lemon lime twist, but I'm thinking I might come in with some highlighting in here as well, and I'm going to go with I think I might come in with the this is light old olive. Let me just think what I want to use. I'm sort of thinking maybe coming in with the Mossy Meadow. I'm sort of, is this the light one? Dark old olive will do. I will use the dark old olive. I was trying to work out what I wanted to use, but I'll use this one. And you can sort of see that you can sort of come in and highlight your old olive through here as well. And at the moment it looks like lines, but it will look like something in a minute. Now, why do I do the lines first? Because it just makes it easier to come in and do that blending when you've got the lines just there. So I can come in and sort of just blend up a little bit. And you can sort of also just choose one side if you want to. Makes the flowers a little bit more different. Okay, so we just come in with this last one. And like I said, you can just, it looks a little bit different. It just depends on how you want it. Come through with this blender again, and it will blend it down. And it looks different because it is on crumb cake as well. Okay, so just come through and do a bit of blending on here. The blending is amazing. It just, I don't know, tricks your eyes. Oh, that one I hadn't done much on. That's okay. Okay, so let's get our dies out. So we have our big leaf one that we just coloured. Let's do that one first. Okay, just grab my other plate here. And you can sort of see all the different ones that you do. It depends on the colour you do it in too, what it will look like. So some look very different in all the different colours as well. Okay, so that's something you need to sort of look at as well. Okay, let's come through here. And we're just going to touch up the bits that haven't been through. Let me do this. Tell me at the moment, what's your favourite stamp set that you're working with? Is anyone working with a particular stamp set that you really love? Because there's just so many beautiful ones. So is there one that you really love that you're working with at the moment? Share it in the comments. Okay, so we've got our jug, or our bucket. So this is going to go on down here. I don't mind that. It's got a little bit of lightness around there, but all I'm going to do is get the blender on this and blend through the edges there, just so when it dries it's blended in a bit. And the same with our handle. So I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use some dimensions. Make sure it's dry on the back. Okay, here's some dimensions down here. Okay, take the backs off them. And you could do 2 or 3 of these pots along here if you wanted to. I'm just going to do the one, but you could do 2 or 3 if you wanted to. I'm going to fix this one up because it's got lights and darks. So I'm going to come in with the light and highlight around the edges a little bit. And just on here. And I'm going to come in with the blend and just give it another blend through. And when you're using your blend, you do have to be mindful that you don't peel the paper. And if you peel the paper, it means that you've rubbed in one spot too long. Okay, so you don't want to do that. And we can bring a touch of colour in on this as well. Just working out which way this wants to go. I want it to go this way. I think that's more the top that way. I think it needs to go that way. Okay. You can tell when it's wet. It will not stick. Okay, so just let it dry when it's wet because it won't stick. So in here we've got some little flowers as well. So I'm just going to grab, got cards falling everywhere. Just going to grab these little flowers, if they come off. They get glued on, and you push them back down where they belong and they get glued on tight. So I'm just going to come in with, have I got a small piece of crumb cake here? Oh, I've got a little bit here. It's perfect. So, well, that's going to fit perfectly that way. Okay, we're just going to cut out some little flowers to add to our green leaves. Now you can either do them in crumb cake or you can do them in white and bring colour into them. It's entirely up to you. But I'm just going to bring these in like that. This is like a cluster of flowers, a cluster of flowers. And I'm going to come in with, I'm looking at the pink, but I'm thinking the pink's going to just sink in. So I'm going to go with a bit darker pink this time. I'm going to go with the, blackberry wrist might be too dark. I might go with Flirty Flamingo. Let's see how that looks on the petals here. It might not show up either. Different colours will show up on crumb cake and others won't. Okay, so just remember that. Sometimes you might need to do 2 coats, especially if you're working on like the crumb cake. Oh, the colour's starting to sort of pop out now it's dried. But we can come through with a second coat. And it's really good that it's a little cluster of flowers, because they're all stuck together. Turn it around. Yeah, it's starting to sort of show up now, so come through and do a second coat just to get that maybe to look a little bit darker. Okay, and this one. Okay, so it just gives it a tinge of colour, and that's going to go onto our green leaves. I'll just give them a few minutes to dry as well. So let's come in with our green leaves. They look very different when you do the using the colour lifter on them, because it blends them right back and it gives it a different look. So it depends what sort of look you're looking for to how you're going to do it. Okay, so we're going to come up and bring this sort of in here, and then we're going to come through and put our little flowers in here as well. Now you can use our little dimensions, which I don't have any on the table at the moment, so I'm just going to take the opportunity to use around the edge and get rid of some of this edge. Just cut them into smaller pieces, and that way it will raise them up a little bit. And then I'm going to also use some gems on it. Okay. Get these through here. And you can have it coming around onto your flowers like, whoop. Stick back on there, around there. The flowers look good. Then you can also use a little bit, I'm going to use a little bit of a you can come back and do a little bit of a highlight on these as well if you want to. We stamped crumb cake on crumb cake. So now that they're on here, you can come back and do a bit of a highlight on here if you want to on your bucket or your jug, and you can highlight some more of this up a little bit once it's on. And you've let that colour lifter dry, and you can now come back and just do that little bit of blending. Okay, so you can come through and do that. I should have done it with my leaves too, but I didn't think about it. And then we've got, out of the sayings, the saying one, we're going to come in with the happy birthday. So we can come in with the happy up there and the birthday underneath. Or we can come down a bit further, get the 2 in, happy birthday down there. But I do think I need to go back with the happy up there and then the birthday along there. Now, I haven't used the adhesive sheets on the back of these ones so that you can just add a little bit of glue. So be mindful when you're adding the glue, you don't want it to stick out. So make sure that you peel that little bit off the end, that it's got nothing stuck in it. Make sure you put it over something when you're squeezing it to start off with. Okay, you can see that it's coming out, and just make sure that you do it very lightly because you don't want it really wet, and you only want the finest little bits on here. Now, I was going to change the colour on these into the green, and I forgot, but that's okay. So we've got the happy here, and then we've got the birthday. Okay. It is easier with the adhesive tape on it, I tell you. But I showed you how to use that in the last class, so I thought we'll come in with this one on this class. And this time I haven't used the backing, I'm just using it straight on. The other cards we use the backing on it. See how it's got the backing? And then we did the happy birthday. With this one I've just done the happy birthday, no backing. So we're going to come in with our little gems now, and these colours look like nail heads, so we can put sort of like some nail heads on each of these. On our, come in probably about here, and then another one maybe in there. I've got one there, we don't need any there, and we can put one over here. So you can put 2 up there and 3 down there. Now these tiny little ones here, the little white ones, little green ones, I think I might go with the little green. You can put in the middle of your flowers as well, if you want to decorate it up just that little bit more. Okay, so a very quick, simple little birthday card today, using virtually one colour if you've only got one colour, but I would come in and do a little bit of highlighting the crumb cake on the leaves, which I should have done a little bit earlier, but I can come in and just do a little bit on here, just so that they look like leaves. Okay, so just coming around the edge. And around this edge. Okay, so not too bad. So our three little cards that we've made up over today so far is the happy birthday, my get well one fell on the floor. I'll just pick it up. Oh. And I did this one as well, get well, and then did this one with the colours, with the same colours, but you can come in with lots of different colours. Okay, so hi Jeanette, how are you? So you can sort of see it just brings out something a little bit different each time that you use them, the backgrounds, and using it as a fence or a door or a gate. Hi Mavis, how are you? I'm glad you like them, Susan. And then using that one as a background. And then I'm not quite sure what we're going to do over in Technique class, but that's on at 3 o'clock for anyone that wants to join me over in the Technique class. If you're not a member over there, let me know and I can always send you the link. And hi, Caroline. They're all lovely. They are lovely. But I mainly wanted to share that long stamp set is how you can make like a fence or a gate using that. And it does come up really, really lovely. So thank you for watching me. God bless you all. And I'll see you at 3 o'clock on Technique class. Bye for now.